Welcome to Caricomp Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
A 95% confidence score sounds almost perfect. But apply that to a database of 10 million faces, and you've just flagged 500,000 people as potential matches, every single one of them wrong. That's the math no one walks you through when they sell facial recognition as reliable. And this matters whether you've ever touched a biometric system or not. If you've unlocked your phone with your face, posed for a driver's license photo, or walked past a security camera at the airport, your face is already data inside a system like this. If that makes you uneasy, that's a reasonable response. But the thing that should concern you isn't the technology itself. It's that the people using it in criminal cases often can't explain how it actually works. Courts have started to notice. And that's reshaping what investigators are allowed to do and what they're now expected to do. So how does facial recognition actually arrive at a result, and why does the answer matter so much in a courtroom? Most people assume a facial recognition system gives a simple yes or no. Either the face matches or it doesn't. That belief makes sense because that's how we experience it on our phones. You look at the screen, it unlocks or it doesn't. But criminal systems don't work that way at all. The system takes a photograph of a face and converts it into what's called a vector embedding, basically a long string of numbers that represents the unique geometry of that face. Then it measures the mathematical distance between that string and every other string in the database. It uses metrics like Euclidean distance or angular measures to calculate how close two face templates are in high-dimensional space. If the distance is small, the system says these two photos probably show the same person. The postal address analogy works well here. You hand the system a target photo, like giving someone an address to find. It searches the database and ranks results by closeness, nearest first, farthest last. But it never says, this is definitely your house. It says, these are ranked by how similar they look. A human investigator has to make the final call. And if that investigator picks the 47th result on the list because they want a quick close on a case, they've just swapped algorithmic precision for personal bias. So what about accuracy? According to research tracking these systems over time, face recognition error rates have dropped by roughly half every year since 2017. That sounds incredible, and it is for well-lit, cooperative frontal photographs. The kind you'd take at a DMV or a passport office. But real investigations don't produce those kinds of images. Accuracy hits 100% when the face is looking straight at the camera. Tilt the head to 45 degrees and accuracy drops to about 70%. Turn to a full profile, 90 degrees, and accuracy falls to 0. That's not a minor limitation. That's the difference between evidence and guesswork, and most investigators never document which angle they were working with. Which brings us to the legal shift that's changing everything. A landmark UK Supreme Court case known as DSD established something that caught a lot of agencies off guard. The court ruled that police can be held liable for failing to conduct effective investigations, specifically when the tools to prevent harm existed and weren't used. That flips the old assumption on its head. It used to be that agencies could say, we weren't required to use facial recognition. Now courts are asking, why didn't you? And in the US, Illinois considered sweeping restrictions on government biometric use because the state had strong commercial privacy protections, but almost no comparable limits on police. The pressure is coming from both directions. Use the tools responsibly, or explain why you didn't use them at all. For anyone who's ever worried about being wrongly identified by one of these systems, this legal trend is actually protective. It means agencies that use biometrics without transparent, documented workflows now face evidence suppression in court and civil liability. Sloppy methodology isn't just bad practice anymore. It's a legal vulnerability. The real shift isn't that the technology got better. It's that a similarity score was never an identification. It was always a ranking. And now courts are demanding that the humans behind the ranking prove they understood the difference. So here's what to carry with you. Facial recognition doesn't say, "That's the person." It says, "These faces are mathematically similar, ranked from most to least." A human makes the final decision, and that decision is only as good as the documentation behind it. Whether you carry a badge or just carry a phone, the rules around what counts as a match just got a lot stricter, and that protects everyone. The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, Caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.